So taking this primer, I am going to prime her skin so it is nice and smooth for foundation. This part is sort of optional, but I really think you should invest in a good primer. This one is the Napoleon Paradis Set Pre-Foundation Pore Perfecting Primer, something like that. But I'm just rubbing this into her skin, and it makes it nice and smooth. So, yeah. Then taking this Glamoflauge concealer from Hard Candy, and it's in the shade Light. I'm putting it under her eyes, and I'm going to use this as a foundation, blending it out. I started there because I feel like that's where she needs the most coverage, and then I put a lot on, so it will spread over her entire face. So I did that, and then I'm just patting it in here to get rid of any streak marks, because these sort of brushes can sometimes leave some streaks. Then I'm taking E.l.f. bronzing powder in Luminance. It's really a highlighter, but I put it on her cheekbones, and then to sort of make her face feel more complete and look just a little bit more glowy, I put it on her nose and her chin. I put on eye primer before this step, but I decided not to include it. But I'm using a Sonia Kashuk eye quad, and with a light brown color, I'm running it all over her lids as sort of a base color. And this is just to give the other colors that I put on her eyes a nice peachy brown sheen to them. Then I felt like I wanted to make it more dramatic, so I added a bit of a darker brown just near the lash line, but I kept it pretty much on the part of the lid that you could see when your eye is open. These eyeshadows are from Lorac, but they were a limited edition, so any dark brown mauve color will do. Not too dark though. So just blending that in with a standard eyeshadow brush. Sorry I sort of zoomed in. I didn't realize you can see this, but trust me, it gets better. So I'm just running Buck from Urban Decay throughout her entire crease. And this is to add a guideline for black eyeshadow, which I will be adding in later. Just to sort of soften it up a bit, define her crease, and give the black less of a dramatic look, because this is very wearable and it's everyday. Then I felt like her eyes didn't really have enough definition for me, so on the outer part of her eye, I just took a slightly green tone brown from that Sonia Kashuk palette, well, that quad really. So I'm just adding some definition to her eyes, and to really add some depth and make them look like they're alive and out and in or whatever, I don't know. Just to make them look a bit nicer, I added Sin from Urban Decay just on the center of her lids. And I really like the look that gives, and it also added some shimmer because most of the eyeshadows I used were looking pretty matte. Then this was the time for the black. I'm so sorry my head was in the way, but I promise you can see on the left side, so I will show you what I did. We'll talk you through it. So how I started, I sort of drew out the shape of a wing because I wanted this eyeshadow to be winged out, and then I brought it down to her lash line, and then I started blending it out and up, following the shape of that buck color on her eye, and winging the eyeshadow out will just make her eyes look bigger and bolder without looking too dramatic, because if you did it with eyeliner, it definitely would, but the eyeshadow just gives it more of a subtle look. So I just did that with Creep from Urban Decay, and now I'm blending it out because I really don't want it to be like very dark. Now after blending it out, she got quite a bit of fallout and the wing was a little bit messy, so I just cleaned that up with a makeup removing wipe, but I'm not going to show you that. You'll see. Voiceovers are weird. This is Line Stiletto, which is a black felt tip liner from Maybelline. And obviously, I am just lining her upper lash line. And this is to sort of draw in the look, make it look a little bit more complete and clean and nicer. And I'm doing a slight wing on the end, but nothing too crazy or uppity. Just a little bit to sort of make the eyeshadow and the eyeliner all come together, because eyeliner really does complete a look. Now, I didn't take that all the way in because I wanted to keep the inner third of her eyes looking pretty clean and nice and natural, but still, like, obviously she's wearing makeup. I didn't put any eyeliner in her waterline either because I wanted to keep it, you know, simple. Sorry it froze here. I don't really know why it did that, but I had her curl her lashes and then she used her own mascara because sharing mascaras is not good in the germ department. Then I'm using this Rimmel blush on her cheeks to add sort of a glow and just make her skin look nice. So I'm using an angled brush upside down and I'm just shimmying it on her cheek, and that is really just gonna have the blush be on her cheeks and nowhere else. And then with a big fluffy brush and a Fit Me powder from Maybelline, I powdered her skin everywhere except for her cheeks because I wanted them to be very glowy and nice looking. Then to finish the look, we used Staniac's The Balm, and it's red. Well, the Balm's Staniac, sorry. But just to give it a nice tint. And there's the finished look, guys. I do her makeup a lot, actually. As you can see, it's just very subtle, but still nice. That eye blink was very creepy. But yeah, so I hope you guys are having an awesome day, and I will see you in my next video. Okay, bye!